believe it, Tails. And here he is, guys, in the bottom left. From the team MVP in the orange, because he's not Sonic, but he is the Orange Fox, Tails.
The red-headed stepchild of the Sonic the Hedgehog series.
Red-headed?
Yes.
Ginger. Guys, Tails is facing off against the very famous Pokemon. Both of these guys rocking it out as video game characters today. Surprisingly, he's red. He's red. It's like fire version of, from Team StarTale, it is Squirtle.
Well, see, now immediately I saw red and blue and wanted to make a Magic the Gathering is a guild joke. Is a guild, of course, is represented by the colors blue and red, and about 3 people got that out there. And they're all patting themselves on the back, and everyone else is scratching their head and wondering what the hell I'm talking about.
Well, you know, it does make enough sense. I'm sure Squirtle's kind of got to be a little full of himself right now.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Izzet Dragon, you know?
Yeah.
Loves looking in his mirrors in his giant castle of mirrors.
Niv Mizzet, yes. The wonderful mythical dragon, the legendary
he's really
creature
pretty, man.
of the Izzet Guild.
I would take him out for coffee.
Yeah.
He'd keep my coffee warm the entire time.
We actually got a tweet that was like, you know, Kibbles is great and all, but he hasn't made any Magic the Gathering references yet, so I'm a little upset. But yes, we have another Magic the Gathering fan, so those references won't die. They will never die.
In case you guys aren't following on Twitter, I'm Kibbles. I know I'm new to the IPL team and everything. And if you're not following Kevin, I mean, you're crazy. Just get that. Make a Twitter and do that.
Aw, thank you.
Well, you know, your Twitter personality is just so much more exciting than your actual personality.
It is.
So.
I type in all caps, and I'm also taking that as an insult to my normal personality, so. No.
It was only meant to be a compliment, Kevin.
Why, thank you.
I don't know how you interpreted that both ways. It's completely unreasonable.
Let's see here. Is Tails going for, well, pretty much the same thing that Squirtle is. He decided to put up his Cybernetic score a little bit later. He decided to put up his second pylon a little bit earlier. That's really the only discernible difference is it's going to get him a little bit quicker into a second gas. But we'll see what Squirtle wants to do here.
Yeah.
Not really banking all that much Chrono Boost in their second gas.
All right, so nothing too surprising there. Tails maybe going to make a few more sentries or just going to go for a Robo first. Also entirely possible. Looks like Probe is heading out for Squirtle, but not for Tails. So Tails is pretty much just going to play it in the dark right now. No Cannon Rush, of course.
Aww.
Which is how he started the cascading destruction of parting.
Yep.
But here's Probe arriving now, and it's going to get a full scout of Tails' base. Run around. Zealot cannot catch it because they don't exercise enough.
Yeah, that's true. 2.25 movement speed. Sad. But it's well armored.
They're wearing a lot of armor, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's not really his fault. I'm being mean. I'm so mean right now.
It doesn't really matter if they die. They just come back as an immortal. So that's kind of cooler anyway.
Yeah.
Tails going to go for a 1-gate Robo for now. See how many more gates he adds on in a second. Squirtle opting for, looks like a 3-Stalker build. And he does have just enough. Put up those Stalkers, but delaying that for the time being. Wonder what the purpose is, as he's not actually putting up any more Gateway units for now. And it's a Stargate. That's why.
So Stargate versus Robo. It's going to be the name of this game. And 3 gateways also on the way.
Oh,
right off for Tails.
4-gate Robo. Are we going to see a big Warp Prism all-in play?
Well, this is not too bad for Squirtle. If he can get a read on this, Phoenix are really good at killing things that fly.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yes, they are. In fact, that's exclusively what they do unless they've picked something up with Graviton Beam. They're excellent at it. Let's see here. Does he have anything queued up after this Observer? No, he does not. There's 200 minerals, though. No Warp Prism quite yet, so we'll see what he's planning to do.
Actually, it took me a second, but I just had to think about that. Unless they pick something up with Graviton Beam, it's like, well, then they have to make it fly anyways.
This is he doesn't need a Warp Prism. He's just going to warp it on the high ground with the use of an Observer getting
vision. That's
vision.
actually really convenient for him. Because I don't think he hasn't seen the Stargate yet, actually. He hasn't seen it at all, so.
Wow, he's actually just going to press forward here, and he's going to try and draw his opponent out of position. And the first 4 Zealots are warping in right now. There's only 1 Phoenix up. They do build really quickly, but still, is that going to be enough? These Zealots are going to do a lot of damage.
And they're going to stop the mining. Notice here, Squirtle, guys, his money is now stopped at 305 minerals. That's the purpose of these Zealots. You're like, why didn't he warp in Stalkers? The Zealots will never kill the Stalkers. No, but for the last 20 seconds, Squirtle has not been mining. He's now down to 55 minerals. We'll see the next warp in from Tails. Here they come, Stalkers. Now he's going to start engaging against the army. Squirtle's just starting to mine again. And it looks like there are a lot of Stalkers on the field still for Squirtle, but he's so behind on money. Now the probes have to be pulled off the line to deal with the Zealots. This is continual time that Squirtle is not getting mining done. All the Graviton beams have been used by the Phoenix. Kevin, this is looking really, really dangerous for Squirtle. I'm afraid for the next round from Tails here.
That's right, because Squirtle can only warp in 2 units at a time. Tails can do quite a bit more than that, and it's not like there's any warp-ins that have disrupted him back at home. He's just going along his merry way. So let's take a look at the units tab overall. 20 workers and falling as everything is pulled off the line. Squirtle only has the 1 Stalker, which falls, and 1 Zealot now to try and combat against this army.
Oh, this is looking so good for Tails. You know, he was a little low on units there for a second, but you knew the Warpins were going to be following it up, and now, yeah, Tails, letting the Stalker get surrounded there. Those are the nice plays that Squirtle's going to need to get back. So that's a free Stalker he pretty much just killed. He's trying to chase these down. The 1 Phoenix is very, very close to getting Graviton. That Stalker is going to go down for Tails. This is really close, but Tails is, yep, there. Here comes the Warpin round that may spell the end for Squirtle as he's down to now 23 supply.
Okay, well, this Zealot is still doing work for Squirtle, but it's got to do a lot more here. I mean, especially as he's down to just 10 workers. That's it. It's GG. The reign of terror from StarTale Squirtle is at an end, and Tails has finally put MVP on the board.
Tails is just so good at picking off people who are on streaks. It never ceases to impress me. You were talking about how he's so strong in the team leagues, and it seems like he's that person that, you know, has the real, they talk about like personalities and how people have, you know, you're a person who likes to protect people, and
yeah.
I remember reading some story about how like there was this basketball player who was really, or a football player, excuse me, who found he's a defensive lineman. I feel like Tails is this player that, you know, when his team needs him, he's the guy who can deliver.
All right, well, and deliver he has, but he's got a little more work ahead of him because Squirtle jumped out to a 3-0 lead. So a game is nice. Taking out Squirtle is good, but don't forget they still have players like Curious, Parting, and Life sitting on the side. So, yeah, I mean, they're ridiculously stacked. So even Bomber, who tends to pop up in these team leagues quite a bit. For now, though, it is going to be a Terran player. It's going to be Hack, who actually makes his way in next for StarTale. So Tails going to have to play some PvT, and we'll see how he does after this quick commercial break.